needs to be showing. Oh, because the way they set it up, y'all, I got the camera on this side when I really wanted it to be on this side, so I'm looking over here, not over here. Anyway, y'all, hope you all are okay. I'm doing swell. I just came on here to tell y'all, I'm not gonna be long. I was almost gonna do a YouTube short, but I wanted to talk a little bit with y'all. If y'all haven't noticed, 2024, y'all. Because actually, before I start talking, let me put some it's like 8 in the morning. Check this out. I set my alarm, I think, for 8 sharp. And I don't even know what happened to my alarm. And guess what? My body still got up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that hilarious? What the devil meant for evil, honey. Let me try to find something to put on my lips, child. Even though the filter I put on is black and white, I don't really care. Just gonna say a couple words to you all. It's early enough so I have time. Of late, I've been giving y'all an hour plus video, so those who are not taking advantage, it's really to your own dismay. Real talk. And I'm gonna cover a host of topics actually in this video right here. I'm actually gonna, while I'm on here and it's early, hopefully I can make this video under 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not gonna do an hour in this video, so don't worry. It's not gonna happen. I got too much to do. I actually went to the library yesterday, and I got 3 huge books, as you can see. 3 huge books. So I feel like I'm back in college. I already graduated college. I already graduated high school. Yes. And I was at the library yesterday, and I kid you, and of course I buy books and I rent books in general for other topics, but I kid y'all not, yesterday I was in the library. It was actually fairly packed, and there were some people in the front that were asking citizens to sign a petition or whatever, which I always do. Every time they ask me to sign something and I feel like it's for the betterment of people, I always sign it. And I wasn't trying to sit down on nothing because I was up early from work, worked 8 hours plus. I'm surprised I'm even up at 8 o'clock in the morning because I normally get up at 4 or 5, but I've been just getting up early of late, getting my life together, you know what I'm saying, and trying to move out of state and all types of stuff, and the world is falling apart, and I'm still trying to act like it's not because I have faith. And what people have to understand is that even these multimillionaires, guys, even these people who are so-called celebrities, that's how they live. If you just want to know, how come they drop in this book? How come they drop in that business? How come they traveling? How come they getting And I made a prediction. I made a very important prediction from last year that just came true. And I posted it on my YouTube channel, and a couple people that follow me back on there or follow me actually saw it and were like, yeah, you actually did predict this in December. I did. And it was basically it was about these celebrities trying to, if they can't already get a documentation for other planets like Mars and stuff like that, they're getting it for other weird foreign unknown named countries. Not like Sweden, not like London, not like Europe, nothing like you know, what's that word I'm looking for? Nothing like Western. They're gonna be trying to settle and go to places, guys, that are more like vacation spots, like hot spots. And there was something about how they're diversifying their passports and all this ish, and these are places these are places that people have never ever heard of, and all of a sudden they're like in droves getting documentation for multiple citizenships of places that you've never even heard of. And then the next step is going to be planets, solar systems. Like once, Elon and his minions and all these weirdos it's not going to happen, but if they do, people are going to die. I'll just put it that way. If they even try to populate Mars, I don't see it happening, but if there's demons or they got some weird stuff going on, you know, you never know. But I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of weird ish going on. So I posted that on my on one of my social media accounts, and somebody who follows me said, "Oh my God, you did. I saw your video. You did say that from like December. Either November, December of 2023." I did a video about the Year of the Dragon in advance, and told you guys what you're gonna see, and one by one, it's happening. One thing that I did not include, oh, the camera's over here. I have to remember. I like to look at the camera over here, but when I try to change the view on my like flip it the other side, YouTube's like, no, it has to be in horizontal. I gotta deal with the camera over here, honey. So if I look over here, it's because I want to look over here. I don't want to look over here. So the one thing I did not include in that Year of the Dragon video was, and for a reason, because I told you I was going to do a part 2 if I felt led, was the pandemic, the viruses, the diseases. I got news. Luckily, nothing immediate, nothing in my family, not me, thank God. If y'all are wondering, no, it's not me, thank God. I got news yesterday from my mom that people she knows are catching it again. People are like beginning, and if you go on Twitter, you go on any social media account, people will tell you how their mother, their sister, themselves are catching the virus. It's back, y'all. It never left, to be frank with you, but now on a bigger scale, people are getting sick, people are getting cancer, people and under 40. And I'm sure if y'all are even half keeping up or have people on your timeline, y'all will see what I'm saying is true. Like, not just the princess of the UK, you know what I'm saying, like my home country, in the earthly realm. Now let's not get caught up in titles, y'all, but in the earthly realm, on her kid's birth certificate, they put her as a princess of the UK. I'm sure Meghan Markle want the same shit, so who gives a damn? But yeah, Kate Middleton, if you know, William's wife, one of Diana's son's wives, got cancer, and his daddy got cancer, King Charles, as y'all know. Or if you don't like the title, if you don't like to hear, if you're anti-monarch, you're anti-British monarch, then just say Charles. Dusty old Charles, who cheated on Diana with that weird Camilla, who's a chain smoker, and she a damn divorcee, and she a party girl. Okay. Charles and his basically daughter-in-law. So Charles and Kate both got cancer. Now, what we're seeing, y'all, is people, especially people under 40, like mad young people, cancer. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, y'all, everybody got cancer. Not me, of course. Not you, of course, by the grace of God. But a lot of people getting cancer. So if it's not just the 19 virus, the pandemic, that, you know, the epidemic, then if it's not that, if it's not a common flu, if it's not, I'm sick, I got allergies, I got a little runny nose, now it's mass amounts of people have cancer out of nowhere. Everybody got cancer. So the way I'm seeing it, and I tweeted my response, I tweeted my response, and I posted my response, and I said, and I wasn't following nobody when I said it too. I wasn't like, it's not like I saw a viral post and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna copy that. No. I don't do stuff like that. I don't copy and paste viral stuff. Like I don't get down like that. I took it upon myself, not thinking that nobody was gonna even like my tweet, nobody's even gonna see it, because the whole day was just this rap drama between Kendrick and Drake. The whole day was just diss track. So I thought that my stuff would get lost in the sauce, basically. And I don't even promote my social media channels on this platform because I get enough attention, you know what I'm saying? And like, I have to separate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's another video for another day, but I think that social media is really like being majorly monopolized, guys, and they're stealing from all of us. Yeah, and I know there's been other channels and people that have come forward and have already told y'all the dirty game of these platforms and how they robbing creators and they robbing people, and they are stealing people's content and they're making money off us. So that's true. That's all true. That's all true. And I've told you guys about that before. But anyway, y'all, Besides that, so now if it wasn't just the common flu or the viruses or sadly STDs, because that's still out here, people not wearing protection, people popping kids out left and right for different folk, getting people sick. You know what I'm saying? Can't relate to that either, because I don't have no kids out of wedlock, and I would never do that. No tea, no shade. To those who do, but the ones who know that they're just living a bad life and they're just spreading diseases and they're irresponsible, got no empathy at all, got no sympathy at all. Because the ones that don't that live a clean lifestyle, they're not spreading stuff. But those who are dirty, they know who they are. They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest while, I was not really into prayer. I was not really into, like, you know, I was raised, as people know, if you don't know by now, I was raised Christian Pentecostal, but I don't claim that. I claim more Baptist. If I had to say that I was any kind of Christian or, you know, Christian faith, like faith belief, like faith besides spirituality and like self-development, all that, and like alchemy and all that, like just like traditional, what's your stamp, you know, what's like your title, I would say Baptist, because Baptist just makes sense to me, like more than like all the other stuff. But you know, even if I don't even fully believe in it, you know what I'm saying, like I will try to pray, you know what I'm saying, I'll try to pray for protection, I'll try to pray for y'all, even I try to put good energy out here in the universe, you see what I'm saying, I try regardless to, like, you know, pray that the evil and the health crises that we have on this planet will go. You know, it's like, I don't think that humanity, I don't think that, and I know people like, and of course the spiritual community, when you say humans, you know, they say, oh, I'm not a human, I'm starseed, I'm this and that. You get what I'm trying to say. People. Okay, it's not that, don't be petty like that. I'm talking about people. We're people, right? We know esoterically and all stuff what we are, but for the lack of a better term, it's easier for me to say people, okay? Even human, just okay, just people. I prefer people, right? We should have had, as a society, a break. Not just from bills, not just from work. Like, if they actually cared about the future generations and our survival as people, like people, just people, because we're not animals. So if you're not an animal, then the other human term is people, right? There's majority of people who've never taken a break, guys. They've never stopped working. They never stopped raising their kids. They never stopped paying bills. They never stopped going to school. They never stopped going to work, including me, including you, right? And now there's multiple international wars. The economy is volatile, and it's not going to be the same ever again. I'll tell you that right up front. It's never going to be the same again. It's never going to be the same again. No matter how people want to, you know, they want to ride the coattails of crypto and gold and silver and everything else out there. We all, those who are spiritual, we all understand that there is a bigger planet at bay here. And I actually passed an article. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. I think it was Bill Gates, and they said how he dropped to like his lowest status and how he wants to sell some of his yachts because according to like different like wealthy lists, like he dropped all the way down. And that's because of the pandemic. But not just because of that, it's because the strategies that they used in the past will not work now. We're in a different era. We're in a different time. Okay. You know, people say age of Aries, age of Aquarius, whatever. We're in a totally different time, y'all. And to me, the fact that people that are young and supposed to be healthy are, you know, dropping like flies, like they're literally dropping like flies, or they got cancer, or, you know, every time you turn around, there's you know, another country that's burning down to the ground, or a humanitarian crisis, or, you know, as we can see all these protests out here, like people getting angry at the injustice of what's happening to innocent women and children being slaughtered. I think this is probably worse in 2020. You know, I'm gonna be lighthearted and say it's 2020 part 2. But I don't think that this is gonna get better, y'all. I think that, like I told y'all, and I told y'all the year before that, personally, what did I tell y'all from last year? On a personal level, okay, you will decide if you make or break your year. The world is on fire, okay? Everything is up in flames, and you know, there's insecurity in all fronts. There's insecurity with food. There's insecurity with everything, because if it's not a manufacturer plan, if it's not a manufacturer plan to destroy it, it seems to me like nature is doing it itself. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, just let me know. It's early, y'all. But yes, what they're spraying the sky with and all the allergies, and I've never seen so-called allergies and whatever's in the air this bad. And even pastors, even people who don't even want to believe in crystals and none of that, no science or nothing. I picked up on it. Even they say the air is dirty. They're spraying something in the air. Everybody's sick all the time. I'm not sick, by the grace of God. I almost felt like I had an allergy attack really like days ago. And I just followed my intuition. And I had like a little bit of a runny nose. You can't see that I was, you know, I wasn't like sneezing or nothing like that, thank God. It was just bothering me. It was like agitated. And within, you know, most people out here, they'd be sick for a whole week. They can't even go to work. The same night, the same day, I was healed due to natural remedies, natural things I got in my house, you know, taking time to study and learn my body so that I know how to help myself. So I'm proud of myself, and my body is bouncing back from all of that. All that they're trying to do to destroy us, my body doesn't even play that. Like, I got strategies on strategies on strategies that if I even feel I'm having a little bit of a cold or anything like that, I'm not even claiming that, oh, I got a cold. No, I'm not even going to say it out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to wipe my nose. I took my allergy medicine before I came on camera, so that's why I was you know, just doing this. And ain't nothing even coming out. Ain't nothing even on there. It's just, you know, when you have allergies, you can feel it like trying to itch you, trying to irritate you. But anyway, I'm good, y'all. Don't worry about me. But all anybody has to do, I kid you not, is just look around. And I don't watch the news. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit in front of the TV and try to watch no news. But I do keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's missiles being launched from somewhere, or, you know, there's a celebrity that got diagnosed with cancer and they're dying or something, like, I see all that. You know, I don't look for it. If I see it, okay, I acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? I log it in my brain like, oh, okay. But besides celebrities, y'all, I'm telling you, regular everyday folk out here, you know what I'm saying? Not overweight, not horrible diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, young, 30s, 40s, cancer, cancer. So you have to search within yourself, y'all, and you got to search within yourself and ask yourself and you know, clarify with yourself what you think that is. You know, is it deliberate? Is it stress related? Is it stress? Is it a concoction of certain things? I don't know. But Katt Williams, and he's actually, I think, really one of my favorite comedians of all time. He always has been, even before the Club Shay Shay interview. I've always ranked him above Kevin Hart, above a lot of people, because I just like that he's himself, and I think he's very funny, at least to me. Some people may think that he's not funny, but he can just open his mouth one sentence, and I'm like, I'm gone. But he set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely, Katt Williams set the tone. But what I'm telling y'all is, this is like a 2020 part 2. It is. And regardless of how successful personally, 2024 will be for me and be for you, because I already told y'all, amongst this chaos going on right now, you're not going to feel like it is. But if you're working on yourself, like I'm working on myself, and you are focused and you got God on your side, and you are continuing to stay the course and not get deterred by petty people, especially petty people, at least the state I'm in, petty, 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 like demonically petty, like rudely petty. You know, not every place got petty people, but some places have, different types of people. And or if they're not petty, they're low in spirit. I'm past 20 minutes, and I wanted to make this 15 minutes max, but I'm gonna try to get off here as soon as possible, y'all, because I want this video to be long. I did not intend to even be on here for 20 minutes. Y'all know how I am. I did not, but this is on my heart, and this is like kind of a moment in time, timestamp in the year so far. We're the top of May 5th, and this is like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like look at the state that America is in. Look at what America just alone is dealing with. Like, it's insane to me. It's insane. I almost think that 2020 was almost cooler than this year. I think, like, even though they broke the news that, oh, it's spread, you know what I'm saying, we're going to begin to stop flights and stop this and stop that. It was never that chaotic. Yeah, people were shopping for Lysol, but it was like, I didn't feel that chaos in the year. This year, even 2021, you know what I'm saying, 2020 was pretty cool too, but you could feel it, you could see it, you could, in people's behavior, you could see that people are being affected by something else, and they're out of control. You know what I'm saying? They're out of control. The frequency, there's a multitude. It's not just the spring and the sky and everything else. There's a multitude, guys, of things that are not adding up. And every 2 minutes, and on top of that, every 2 minutes, YouTube is adding all these different, y'all would not know this if you're not a YouTuber yourself, but every 2 minutes they're adding things to try to censor videos, and you know what I'm saying, and take people down, and all types of weird stuff going on. And I told y'all it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I saw somewhere, but they said that YouTube makes billions a day, not millions, billions. And the way that creators are being paid and treated, and just how all these platforms are getting down, like TikTok being banned is like so juvenile, because I don't stay in that app, because I told y'all I have all this as proof. I told y'all a long time ago that whatever they program that app with, whatever frequency that app is programmed with, is way too much, because people be addicted. They be on there for hours and hours and hours. And I when I saw everybody was like addicted, like unhealthy, like in an unhealthy manner, addicted to TikTok, I already took heed that this app either wasn't gonna last, one, or two, this app is dangerous. Like, that's what I, like, just on a spiritual level, I said, I don't want to use no app that I'm addicted to, because that don't even make any sense. Like, there should be nothing about an app that I'm addicted to. Like, there should be nothing at all. Like, nothing at all. And I have my own theory and whatever, but that doesn't even matter, because but when I did go on there, when I have seen videos, most videos that people share, or that is the content that's off of TikTok, is very controversial. Is very eye-opening, very controversial. And to me, that's very funny, that a lot of information on TikTok is highly controversial. And that's the very app they want to ban, that they want to stop, especially Americans, from not getting their hands on. So that's a red flag within itself, y'all. That's a red flag within itself, because, like, a lot of people, share things that are very, very insightful off TikTok. And I find it funny how that's the same app they want to ban. So what does that tell you, guys? What does that tell you? What does that actually tell us? Is what it tells us, and what it tells me, is that any app that is trying to help you get off this hamster wheel and trying to open your eyes and try to teach you something for free without having to go to Harvard or Yale or Stanford University, they want to ban. That's what I get. I don't know what y'all get, but that's what I get. And so I'm just going to put this out here. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but let's just put this out here. What if just by happenstance one day they say that we're going to buy out YouTube and close YouTube out? We're going to shut down YouTube. And once again, no tea, no shit. I'm just speaking in general. I'm not calling nobody's names. I'm just speaking in general, okay? So don't get it like twisted. This ain't no Kendrick versus Drake shit. I don't mix with nobody off of YouTube. Like, I don't, like, in real life, like, I know certain people, yeah, like, whatever, but, like, I don't get caught up in the social media BS. Like, I don't take it seriously like that, y'all. Just so y'all know. I don't live and breathe for social media. I never have. I really never have. And I can tell you right now, people, and rightfully so in their own way, you know, especially people that are, I think, like Gen Z and all that, they freaking out. They freaking out over the possibility of them not being able to be on TikTok. What's going to happen when they can't go on Instagram? What's going to happen if they couldn't go on YouTube? They lose their mind. So I've always said this. I've said this for at least the past 4 years. I've always said to y'all, it's a possibility that any of these apps could never come back. Don't get it twisted. I'm happy. I'm very happy for those who, you know, whatever people do, whether it's makeup, spirituality, you know, fitness. I'm happy for anybody who's able to turn their hobby into main income. I'm not a hater, okay? When it comes to like survival and, you know, displaying your talent, I'm all, because I've benefited too because I've worked very hard, you know. I'm all for people, you know, being able to make a living. But this scares me for other people that don't have backup because, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. That ain't my problem. So I'm not gonna like act like it's my problem. I'm making a point. I'm saying that even TikTokers, I've seen a lot of Gen Z TikTokers who are losing their minds. And I don't even, you know how little I go on TikTok? I don't even go on TikTok for a whole month. I don't understand the hype. Why? Because when I saw how people were so addicted, I said to myself, that's not healthy. You know, it's not healthy. And unlike them, I actually have bills. I actually have things to do. So, and the same thing goes for YouTube, you know, and I've been, and not to go, you know, into 30 minutes, because almost 30 minutes already, which is irritating me. The time goes by so quick, y'all. I already seen this thing where a lot of people that are, not even in our community, I'm just saying in general, that are like, basically, I don't want to use that word. Okay, I'll put it this way. They basically sitting YouTube out. They're like almost threatening, like, oh, I'm not gonna do visit this because they realize it's not worth it. Now, I can't go too deep in that right now because it's not relevant, but I'm just telling y'all. It's a lot of hype, it's a lot of mind control, it's a lot of addiction. People, and it sounds silly to me, you know, it sounds silly to me that people could be addicted to social media, but it's a very real thing, y'all. And so, like I said, I'm happy for people who, you know, that's a luxury to be able to fund your whole living expenses off of YouTube. That's great. That's awesome. But what if it disappears? That's all I'm finna say. What if some weird stuff goes down? I could say because of all the censorship, I can't even say what I really want to say. I have to say it in a certain way because of all these different questions they ask you when you upload your video, right? So we all have to kind of watch what we say now because, you know, it's a lot of F shit going on. There's a lot of messed up stuff going on. But I've always said this, even when I was, you know, uploading for you guys a lot, I was still in college. So of course I could. I was in college, you know, like it's different. Didn't graduate yet, so it was totally different. Like life is night and day, you know. Even then I was telling y'all, this app may not be here forever. If it is, great, but the way they're moving with TikTok and everything else out here, I doubt it. And especially people start sharing real tips about how to survive out here without these jobs. Oh no. I don't think they gonna make this free, or they gonna start. Listen, years ago, and I have that, and by the grace of God, one day I'm gonna find certain videos and upload clips so I could just put it in the ether, put it out here in the energy that I've been said this. I remember years ago, even before the pandemic, I told y'all that they're gonna start charging for clean air, and they already are in a way by where you live. But I was telling y'all, I was even making, and it wasn't even no jokey joke. I was telling y'all years ago that I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying to sell air in a can, like make us, like charge us to breathe air, like real talk, like charge us to breathe air. But yes, you know, somebody that is watching a video of mine for the first time, or they're just tuning in, they're going to say, oh, that's morbid. That's crazy. Well, is it? Is it? Because think about it. Look at what you having to pay for now just to survive, just to dodge these viruses out here. And they're not, and the government, they're not giving nothing for free. Forget the stimulus check. That was peanuts. Other countries were doing it big. Other countries were actually taking care of their own. America is a corporation, y'all. It's strictly business. America is strictly business. And if you manage to make heaven out of hell, then you've unlocked the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're all trying to do. But if you can't find a way to keep yourself grounded, a lot of people, it could manifest in cancer for other people. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe these people out here that are catching cancer or whatever the heck's going on here, maybe it is because they can't handle the frequency. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle the 5G. They can't handle what's going on out here. They're stressed out. It could be guys, it could be a list of things as to why even the so-called in money and well, fake money, of course, but they appear like they're wealthy, whatever, okay? And they getting sick, or they're not living long anymore. Well, I think it's for a lot of reasons, you know. Anyway, I'm past 30 minutes. So, you know, let's see what YouTube even lets me upload, because like I said, guys, you know, I wasn't joking either. Years ago, I said to y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if you can't be one of their slaves, they making you pay for air, like canisters of air. And I wasn't joking when I said that. And then I think like a year or 2 years later, we had this global pandemic. Coincidence? I think not. So take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Small, medium, big channels out here, you know, or whatever, they be telling y'all things. I be telling y'all things. And those who are meant to see it, they see it. You know what I'm saying? I've had videos that have spent thousands, and, you know, I always had a core feeling that, oh my God, you know, and that's how it is, y'all. Like, sometimes we're able to track in time moments like this, and we're you know, you're paying attention. You're like, wow, you know, this is really some gully-ish out here. What the hell is going on? And so if you know that things are going to get worse before they get better, or even a possibility of getting better, how would you move? Ask yourself that. You know what I'm saying? If you have a family, you got kids, ask yourself that. If you know that everything outside of you is in mayhem, but everything within you is grounded and level-headed and focused and strong and courageous, that's the operating space, guys, that we have to work from. No one out here that is tuned in is going to tell y'all that it's, you know, cotton candy on a cloud. I don't know now one person out here that is sane telling anybody that. I think it's quite the opposite. You know what I'm saying? They would say it as they would basically describe it as a collapse. You know, I think more people than not would describe what we're all going through and seeing in these different capitalist countries as a complete collapse, a lack of control, a lack of supporting their citizens. You know, it's complete mayhem. So what's outside of you, what's happening in your neighborhood, what's happening in your state, your country, wherever the heck you're at, you know, don't expect things to be what's in your head. Because what's in your head and the paradigm you're in and the soul system you got that you're walking with and you're working with is strictly for you and your loved ones. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some people could be on the up and up and up and up and up, you know, privately, personally, but they're still living in a world that is falling apart around people who are falling apart. This is just the era we're in, y'all. So of course, you know, hope for a brighter future. Of course, you know, live as if you're gonna live forever, or you're gonna live as if you're gonna live into old age. You know, the fanatics out here would think that there's a rapture and that, you know, we're going to be caught up in the sky and that you know, Jesus is coming back. Okay, if they banking on that, if they banking on, and I can speak because I was raised that I in that, so I could talk about it. If they going to live based upon that, and they ain't got no retirement, they ain't got no car, they ain't got no savings, they ain't got no job, they just out here, you know, basically throwing their life away because they want to just go to heaven. Uh, I can't say what I really want to say, but you know, that's their own escape. You know what I'm saying? People that are going down that path is because they don't see hope and because they don't want to have a better future and because they don't have a backbone. So their excuse is, oh, Jesus is coming back for me. I'm going to go to heaven. But you're going to live another 30 years. You know, that person can live another 30, 20 years. But they talk like they're dead because they are dead. They're spiritually dead. They are. And to me, if it, you know, not to sound funny, but even if that is the case, that this so-called Jesus is going to come back through the clouds and all this weird shit, because I think it's weird. I really do. I mean, I got my own personal opinions, but I think that people that are really into that, they're just like, they're doomsday people. They're people that are maybe have a mental illness. Real talk, they have probably childhood issues. You know, they're codependent because you know, if you use other Bible, if you use other scriptures in the Bible don't tell you to stop all natural existence and to not be responsible, just to pack up your bags and wait for Jesus to come through the clouds. I mean, we all saw what happened in 2020, right? And not just 2020, but 2012, right? Remember when 2012 came around? I have oodles of stories about that. How teachers' parents, neighbors, all types of folk really believed that the world was ending in 2012, and they called off work, they quit their job, they had their luggage packed to go to heaven. You know, how sick is that? So my thing is with the whole rapture and all that stuff, if that's the case, that will take care of itself. If you believe that you are saved and you believe you have all this salvation and whatnot, that will take care of itself. But you escaping adult reality to go up in the clouds is asinine. It's asinine. Because the way that they talk is, the way it seems to me, is that they really believe that they're going to be caught up in the sky in less than 5 years. Like, I even had this conversation really yesterday, like informing this conversation with somebody yesterday. And I was saying to them, do you believe that this so-called rapture you keep talking about is going to happen less than 5 years? And then, and it's funny because they all have different doctrine that suits their pocketbook. You know, some will say, oh, you know, we're still going to experience pre-tribulation. Others say, oh no, God is a just God. I'm gonna get off here, guys. Don't worry, I gotta get off here. I'm almost 40 minutes. Are you kidding me? I gotta get off here. Others will say, no, God is a just God, so we're not gonna go through tribulation. You see, they all mixing up the inevitable. If that's really the case, they all put in their own spin, their own perspective. The Bible, the holy books say that no man knows the hour, the day, of the time. So how are you up here talking about 2012 was the end, 2030 is the end, 2040 is the end, you're pulling numbers out your ass. You don't know anything, okay? They don't know. They're just guesstimating. They're just, fanatic. They're just putting things out here to scare people to put money in their pocket. That's all it is. Because if you really gave a damn, you wouldn't even be asking for that. Like, be real. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other topic, y'all. But they call them sheep for a reason. So, you have to be discerning of what you think is rational and what is just plain dumb. But I'm telling y'all firsthand, there's people out here that are really living like there's less than 5 years on the planet. I'm just putting this out here. People really believe that. Yes, people really believe that by 2030, by 2040, we're going to be out of here. Whether through nuclear or this so-called rapture or the world exploding or the world flooding. I've heard so many people twist what this so-called Bible puts in it. I've seen so many and heard so many people twist to their own agenda, their own estimation of what they think. But that's not what but that's not the criteria. If you're going to believe in a religion, if you're going to believe in certain doctrine, that is not the criteria in which you should believe. And if that is a doctrine that you, or the criteria you believe in, which it is, why are you twisting it? Why are you jumping online? Why are people out here trying to tell people in the street, it's going to happen in 2030? You don't even know that. You're not even God. You're not God in that way. You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, no pastor, no spiritualist, no psychic, nobody knows the day or the hour. If that is the case, nobody knows anything. So I remember back in 2012, people were sure that the world was done. Like, people literally, I could tell, I have so many stories. People literally packed their bags, quit work. You know what I'm saying? Didn't show up to work because they believed the hype. They believed the hype that God was coming back for them. They were going off to sweet old heaven. It never happened. Of course it never happened. So I'm just telling y'all, don't be hoodwinked. Don't be bamboozled. Okay? If you're young like me, or you're in your 40s, 40s to me is still young. I don't know. To me, 40s is young. And with technology and the way people are living nowadays, or they should be living nowadays, even 60s could be perceived as young. But to me, yeah, 60 and up is like elder, like more mature, like it is. It's not like you're 20 anymore. You are a grown adult. And so don't be dismayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, still be responsible with your money. Still plan for retirement. You know what I'm saying? Still take care of your house, clean your body. Yeah, y'all. So keep your house clean, keep your car clean, your body clean. Okay? Keep yourself together. Still do what you would do if the world was fine. You know what I'm saying? And the way I see it with these so-called holy books and all this stuff and these religions is that if you really believe in, your salvation and afterlife and all that, that will take care of itself. You trying to superimpose your so-called afterlife or second life, whatever you want to call it, into, working everyday business and everyday goals and, everyday things you got to do, and covering over that, papering over the cracks of reality, is kind of like a mental illness. It has to be, because like, if that's what you really believe, that will take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? If you really believe that, okay, you say this prayer, you do this, you do that, whatever, religion, whatever path you've chosen for yourself, whatever feels comfortable for you, that will take care of itself. Why we, I never personally understood why people talking about death, and that's like, or like looking forward to it or whatever like that, when that's like so far away. If you have like 40 years left to live, or like you have like 60, 80 years left to live, you need to live. You need to make the most of the years that you're living and breathing and working, and you're healthy enough to even work. You know what I'm saying? But instead, all this doomsday rhetoric and all the things we're seeing on the news is getting to the mind, and they're twisting it into something that and they're twisting it, excuse me, my throat's dry, and they're twisting it into something that is like, it's like asinine. It's like, it's very unproductive. It's like, that will take care of itself, y'all. And I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying it's not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, for the record, I'm not saying that if that's how you are subscribed to that book, and everything that comes along with these religions and stuff like that. I'm not saying that this so-called rapture is or isn't going to happen. What I'm saying is it's going to take care of itself. Okay, if you do believe in these things and whatever, people believe in those things like that and whatever, that will take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? That's our job, is not to be, our job is not to be obsessing and stressing ourselves out over so-called end of time and all this stuff. Like, that will happen. Like, these things are inevitable, you know guys, regardless of religion. All these things are inevitable when you have corrupt people running the world. When you have evil people, corrupt people running the world. So what I'm saying, what I want to close with and say with everybody, no matter what walk of life, no matter what you are, no matter what you believe, what I want to say in closing, guys, is that it's just smarter. It's just more smart. It's more intelligent if um you just don't take on too much on your shoulders or your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make life more stressful than it already is. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more productive to not think about the worst. Acknowledge that the worst could be happening already, or it is going to happen, but you don't like over obsess, and you don't put your eggs in baskets that will take care of itself. Okay, if you're going to die and you're going to go to heaven, guess what? You're going to die and go to heaven. If the rapture happens, okay, you'll be a part of the rapture. Big deal. Like, but that's about like the end. That's about like you not being in this earthly vessel, this meat suit, as we call it. Okay, that's like you projecting into something that is so far for most people. That's not even gonna happen with like at all. So I just think it's just kind of like, once people get into that kind of mindset, they it's like they're in Looneyville, and they lose all sight of like the natural world, and they kind of like lose themselves, and they can get like mental disorders, and they can really spiral. Because why? They're focused on something that is in the future. Why don't you focus on now? You know what I'm saying? And like, do what's productive now, opposed to saying afterlife, after, and all this other stuff, like, you know so y'all, almost 50 minutes. I definitely gotta get off here. So yeah, y'all, the video went longer than expected. It did. I did not want to talk this long, but I paced myself in this video. I didn't talk too fast in this video. I didn't really, put too much heavy stuff on y'all. I just am speaking from the heart, and what I'm just basically saying is follow common sense, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you believe any of these things out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, take it with a grain of salt. Even what people in the so-called spiritual community say, you know what I'm saying, that try to push their ideas and make it fact. It's not a fact, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a fact, you know what I'm saying? And if the world was gonna end, nobody down to the day, the hour would know that. Not even an astrologer. Like, they could predict a time frame, I'm guessing, right? But at the end of the day, nobody on this planet right here could tell you the day, the second, the millisecond, hour, if that was to go down. They can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. So that's all I'm saying, is like, the world is already in flames. People are already losing their minds. They're already acting crazy. So we don't need to add more gasoline to already dysfunctional society. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So be smart. Still, save money. Do things that make sense. Don't get caught up in the hype. You know what I'm saying? Because generations ago, decades ago, they also had wars. You know what I'm saying? They had Great Depressions, all that, but I don't know, people were thinking that they were gonna be raptured up during a Great Depression, were they? I mean, that'd be kind of dumb, don't you think? Like, that's not even up to us. That's not even up to us. So Y'all, and for the record, I'm not saying I believe or don't believe that. I'm just giving an example of what is predominant on social media and what is predominant in people's minds right now is they trying to get out of here. They're trying to get out of here. And so because they really don't want to be here, they use other things to patch up the fact that they're mentally ill. Like, what I'm saying? Like they literally do that and try to escape responsibility. So y'all take it how you want to take it, but what's in your control, you do the best to your ability. That's the smartest thing to do, is just keep the course, stay focused. But then you going over here and over here and over here, and you listen to this person, listen to that, and then top of the news, and and you're seeing everything just spiral down. Like, that can't be healthy. And that's exactly why I don't do that. That's exactly why I don't. That's why when people talk on the internet, it's a grain of salt to me. It's like, I'm not gonna take it seriously because guess what? Nobody knows. Nobody, and down to like the molecule, nobody even knows why we're even here, why we're even on a floating rock paying bills, regardless of Jesus or Allah, whatever. Like, it don't make any sense. Like, we're on a floating rock paying bills.